Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have the Mini 2 out today, and it is Sunday afternoon, February 28th, and as I was on my daily walk, I walked by the school that's next to my house here, and I saw some guys out doing some really serious jumps with some RC cars. And so as soon as I got home, I jumped in the car, brought the drone out. Well, those guys are already gone because I wanted to get some shots of them. They were doing some amazing jumps, 360 backflips and stuff, but I missed that. So instead, we're just going to fly the drone, right? You got some battery, might as well fly the drone. So you guys have seen all this territory here before, so this probably isn't going to be the most interesting drone video I've ever made, but let's look around here a little bit, and there's some things that we can start with right in the parking lot. I'm in the parking lot of the Meridian Medical Arts Charter School, and I believe the seniors, they give them, well, I'm going to go up here a little ways, and we're going to drop the camera down so you can see. Well, by the way, I just realized that we didn't do our usual droney, so we need to do that first. How could I be so remiss and forget that? So let's pick that camera back up, bring yaw the drone back around, and this will be a fairly short droney, but let's do it right now. Reverse and up. So there we are. You got to see that tree there. So that's about as far as I'm going to go because there's a major street behind the drone. But one of the things I wanted to show you was the parking lot here. So this is probably a good vantage point to show you that. So let's move over just a little bit. So what they do is the seniors, they let them, I think it started, they would stencil their name and they would have their own parking spot. But I think eventually it evolved into letting them paint their parking spot. And there are some pretty good artists here, as you can see. So we'll get down here. We'll bring the drone down a little bit lower. Make sure we're to the, not going to hit that tree. You know, in the wintertime, those branches can be really easy to hit. So anyway, let's start with these guys right here. And I'm kind of eyeballing the drone to make sure I'm well above the trees. Like I said, when you're just looking at FPV, you're not necessarily going to see some of those smaller branches. But yeah, so these are some of the spots that they've painted. And I see some of the paint is already wearing off of some of them here. Let me straighten the drone out a little bit. Let's move to the drone's right. And I just think it's cool that they let these kids do this and exercise a little bit of individuality. So let's go up a little bit and let's move to the other side. Like I said, I want to make sure that I'm clearing everything here. Like I said, this time of year, those little branches without leaves on them you can miss them. So let's drop down, just move forward, and we will drop down just a little. And you can see the branches on that tree right there, so I'm going to stay definitely to the right of that. So yeah, so anyway, here you go. And, you know, some of them you can see yeah, that's, I believe that little character is Stitch from Disney, Lilo and Stitch. And that looks like a phoenix to me. If I was guessing, that's a phoenix rising from the fire. And I don't know if those are eggs or what they are in that next one. Exist loudly. I just think that's pretty damn cool. So let's see. There's some more of them over here. Let's move to the right. And we'll move forward a little bit. You can tell I'm paranoid of these trees. I definitely don't want to hit anything. And they got snow over the top of these parking spots a little bit, but Yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's some pretty creative artists here. Georgia's got a bunch of smiley faces there. And something star shopping. I'm not sure what character that is. Maybe somebody will know in the comments. But in any case, there's more over here. I'm going to spin it around. And let's pick up the camera just a little. And there's a couple more. You can see where I'm standing there. Bree has a nice spot here. There's Breeze, a couple of flowers there. And it's weird, I can eyeball the drone and I can see it's well above the trees, but I still get paranoid that I'm gonna hit a branch. Oh, that one's just kind of a cool design. That looks like something you'd see on wrapping paper or something, doesn't it? And you can see they let them stencil their names in too, which I'm not artistic enough. That would probably be me. Let me spin around here. That looks like a bunny rabbit or something. I cannot tell from here. But yeah, just kind of interesting stuff. And then we have one individual that is that's very patriotic. Let's spin around, and I really like this one as well. You're going to be able to see him here in a second. I'm going to grab some altitude and move sideways here, and you'll see what I mean. There's the flag right there. Let's see if we can drop some altitude and get down low on that guy. So to tell you, how hard those trees are to see, I'm looking at the drone right now, and you're talking about line of sight. It's right in front of the tree, and I can see I'm really close to some branches, and in fact, you can see it on the left side there. So that one could have been disaster. I was trying to get a good look at that flag, but what we're going to do is we're going to move out and come much lower. And then we'll move over and we'll get a shot of that again. Pick up the camera and we'll move forward and bring the camera down. And I don't know how much higher I can go because I'm right under a tree there. But you get the idea. So there's the flag. Move the camera down here a little bit. So, they did a pretty good job there, I thought. So let's back the drone up. There's some people coming around the corner here, so I definitely want to stay out of their way. We're going to move forward. Sorry, I had the camera down. I was looking at the drone instead of my FPV. So let's move forward here. So I want to show you the area that the guys were jumping their drones at. Let's see if we can do that here. Let me get turned around. This is one of those instances with your drone that you're definitely better off close to the ground. Oh, there it is. Okay, I kind of lost my bearings there for a second. Let me move forward here. And sorry about that, guys. I'm kind of want to get low down so you can kind of see this from the from how an RC car would see it. So they were going over this jump right here, and let me tell you what they were doing. They were doing a flip right over the top of that thing. And there again, I'm right next to some trees here, so I'm definitely want to be careful. So we'll turn around and we'll go the other way. And you can see this jump from the other side, and you can see how they definitely could get some air over this thing. I mean, look at that. I wish they were still here, because there was some pretty spectacular jumping going on over that thing. I mean, they were doing full 360 jumps. And I just saw this over on this side. I guess, yeah, maybe they were just driving around over there. That doesn't look like much of a jump. So anyway, boy, they've got some interesting cloud formations here, don't we? So this is looking kind of directly into the sun right now. But definitely an interesting looking cloud formation today. Okay. We've still got 46% battery, and you know me, I'm not one to waste battery power. There's everybody's favorite cell phone tower. Or at least it's my favorite cell phone tower, I'll tell you that. I can't tell you how many times I get people that tell me, "Didn't you see that cell phone tower over there?" Why, yes, I did. And I flew right over the top of it. Let's go over the top of Discovery School and get our usual picture here. You'll be able to get a look at the Boise front and the snow that we have up there. Really had a fair amount of snow lately. As a matter of fact, even yesterday we had a fair amount of snow, and it all melted off pretty quick because it's warm enough. But boy, the mountains, as you can see, have been just getting hammered, which is a good thing. It's good for our snowpack, good for agriculture. But this coming week, we should get some good drone flying weather. We're supposed to be back up into the 50s as we get into early March. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting out where I can do some more flying. In any case, as I said, this probably isn't the most interesting drone video that I've done, but sometimes you just got to get out and fly. I'm just telling you, there's times you just got to do it. Let's go back over and look at those clouds. That is pretty cool. Pretty interesting, the way those clouds are just kind of in waves like that. Look out over the grounds here, and I'm going to drop the camera down. I do not see anybody playing frisbee golf. You can see the frisbee golf, I guess you call them holes or goals, I'm not sure which. Typically on a Sunday, I saw guys when this thing was just covered with snow that were out here playing frisbee golf. So again, this is that medical arts school, and you can see their little ambulance. That's not an active ambulance, it's just something that they practice in. And then they've got a little volleyball court here. But I think it's more of a litter box for animals than it is a volleyball court. I got to tell you, I'd be a little reticent to take a dive in that thing. But anyway, yeah, you can see, I'll show you here. Maybe we can see it here. They're doing some construction, getting ready to widen out Locust Grove Street here. So they're doing some work, I think mostly on the utilities at this point, at the intersections. And then this will be widened out into, I think, 2 lanes each direction with a center turn lane. So, we're getting so much growth here in the Treasure Valley that, they're just, almost every place you look, they're widening out the roads and making more room. And this school right here is a technical school. Technical charter school, and they're associated, all 3 of these schools here, I believe they're all kind of associated with each other. And I'm going to get over here where we can kind of lose some altitude and see if I can move it over where you can see the name of the school here. Pardon my clumsy flying. Anyway, there you have it. Meridian Technical Charter High School. And, I think that's mostly like networking and computers. And I don't know, presumably they do some programming and so forth. But pretty cool that they offer these kids a head start. So I like that idea. And there we are over there. So we'll just overflight. I'm kind of surprised there's not more people out walking on a day like today. So right about where that black pickup is that you see parked there, I don't know why I haven't seen anybody around there, but anyway, that's where I park and when I'm flying my drone. And I usually, as you guys will probably recognize, I set up right there. But today I'm in the other parking lot just because I wanted to get where those guys were jumping their RC cars, and I apologize that we missed it, but we did. So we'll come around the other side here and bring this puppy in for a landing. I like how they make use of all the space here. So behind Pathways School here, got a couple of basketball courts set up. Pretty cool. Very creative. And I'll show you something else here while I'm at it, right while I'm in this area, right next to this kind of orangish tree right here. That little hole you see right there it's a little bit of a wetland, and often it'll have standing water in there. And at certain times of the year, you'll hear bullfrogs, just even in that little spot of water. Kind of cool. Oh, it's telling me low battery, so looks like we need to bring her home. And it's going to keep beeping until we do. Doggone it! I wish DJI would do something about that beeping. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We'll bring it in here and we'll do a quick conclusion. If I could do something about the beeping, I would. Anyway, I realize, pick that camera up just a little bit. So I realize this probably isn't the most interesting drone video that we've ever done, but honestly, it's just been, probably over a week since I've been out flying, or maybe even more, and I wanted to fly the darn drone. So we just looked around here a little bit. I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.